What's up, guys? Today I'm gonna go into the brand new mythic character Hellhest in Destiny Rising that were released with Act 2 today. I'll break down her lore, her abilities, what her role looks like, and then move into potential builds, synergies, and tips to make her an addition to your lineup. Alright, so Hellhest is an Awoken Tech Officer from Fellwinter's Peak. She is an arc character, she is a hunter. She is mainly a support role and can use a precision bow in the primary slot and linear fusion rifles. She's more of a hybrid support character with drones that can assist both offensively and defensively. Hellhest is a limited mythic character, and you only have about a month to try to pull for her. She does look pretty good right off the bat, but she is pretty hard to pull. All right, now we're gonna get into the real sauce, the real good stuff. Her relic abilities. Hellhest's relic abilities are pretty beneficial to team play, such as raids or maybe expanse. I have not really tried her there. Her relic is called Nebula 9, which is her prosthetic arm, which can deploy drones, allowing her to control those drones, which can heal and give damage buffs to you and your allies. Alright, Relic Ability 1 is Rapid Deployment, which deploys a drone varying between a healing drone, which heals allies within a 10-meter radius for 10 health per second when level 1 and 136 health per second when level 2. This scales with the level of the ability, while the Booster Drone gives a 6.75% damage buff when level 1 and a 9% damage buff when level 2 for 20 seconds. This also scales with the level of the ability. Alright, when casting the same drone twice, you will upgrade it to level 2. This is very important on whether you want to upgrade your healing drone or whether you want to upgrade your damage buff drone. It's very depending on what situation you're in. This is similar to Tantu's ability to switch between modes, but you don't actually switch. You can use both freely without a switching cooldown. So you can instantly throw a healing drone and then instantly throw a damage drone, so you can have both up, or there's no switch delay, there's nothing you have to worry about when just you can just cast the drones whenever you want. All right, Salvo is her second relic ability, which allows her prosthetic to launch a rocket at your reticle position, gaining 3 stacks of the salvo effect, which lets her fire at combatants to launch another rocket. When the rocket is fired, all active drones will also deploy a mini rocket, dealing small amounts of arc damage. If the max number of drones haven't been deployed, the arc projectile will gain a damage bonus, dealing an extra large amount of damage. This also applies 2 debuffs when hitting an enemy: Confined and Arc Residue. Confined does not allow the enemies to move, which lets you hit more precision shots, while Arc Residue deals small amount of damage to combatants, stacking up to 4 times. If a healing drone is active while Salvo is used, the healing drone will fire a homing missile healing projectile to the ally with the lowest amount of health. This is great for team activities. Alright, so Hellhest Super is the full firepower. A super drone teleports to her and will follow her for the next 16 seconds. While super drone is present, all healing drones and boosting drone effects will be increased by 300%. That is massive. Additionally, super drone will link to the ally with the lowest health and range and heal massive amounts of health per second. Super drone will also instantly mark and fire 20 arc rockets every 2 seconds, dealing good amounts of arc damage. Alright, now for Hellhest's weapon choices. She doesn't have that much variation, as you only have 2 usable bows and 2 usable linear fusion rifles. For what I think is the best combination for Hellhest weapons, I would use the new Arc Mythic Bow Yoshimoto with the perks Archer's Tempo to get your draw time reduced and ensured yield, so you get the damage bonus after getting a precision kill. For the heavy weapon, I recommend Queensbreaker. This has 2 modes, and I'd recommend the burst mode because I think it's more efficient with when dealing damage. Alright, now before we go into a potential build and some artifacts you can use, we're going to go through some strengths and weaknesses of Hellhest as a character. Some strength is her utility and flexibilities in situations. Hellhest can heal with her drones while still being able to contribute and providing damage buffs at the same time. Like if you're in a damage phase and you can provide healing with massive damage buffs, that is a great thing to have overall. Another strength is her super drone provides massive healing to the person with the lowest health. and that will basically bring them to full health the rest of the damage phase. It or any content there is while that drone is active. It is massive healing, and it's great for surviving through like a horde of enemies or a boss. Some weaknesses is the current state of linear fusion rifles, as they are not the best for damage, as there are better options in shotguns and snipers. Another weakness is they most likely won't work well in calamity mode, as you are moving a lot in the game mode, and the drones limit how far she can move before they leave, and drones are a massive part of her kit. All right, now I'm gonna go into the build that I first made when I got this character. It's just for like general use. There's no like specific thing I'm focusing on. I just want damage resistance, survivability, and some damage. Um, so in the first slot, I have Warding Pact, which for every summon on the field, you are getting a I think it's 11% damage resistance, and this plays into Unrelenting Evolution, which I placed in my second artifact slot. This just gives you an extra layer of protection on top of the damage resistance that you're getting from Warding Pact, and it's very good for wanting to stay alive and be able to put more drones out to support your team. Now, my third artifact slot, I have a artifact that will help Held deal some more damage, and that is Calming Token, which when standing stationary, you do more precision damage, which is a big part of her character, as she is a precision character. And now for the last slot, I have Inverted Vengeance, which gives her more damage for the more overshield and for how much shield she has. So it's just 2 for survivability and then 2 for damage. Nothing special. It was just very basic. I was just looking for a basic build. I will make like an in-depth build when I can play with her more, figure out her interactions better, and I will make a video on that. All right, that's it for today, guys. New act release. Go play it. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I can get that build video out very soon. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. That'd be much appreciated. And let me know if you guys are thinking about pulling for Hellhest. Maybe I can answer some questions you have that this video didn't cover. Um, I'll be happy to answer those questions. And I'll see you guys next time.